Question can be asked on any name. Okay, biocultural, psychological, and need theory. Bronislaw Malinowski was a Polish by birth. He was born in Poland, and he was a psychologist, not anthropologist. Okay. So initially he was influenced by the idea of evolution, and mainly he was influenced by the book The Golden Bug by Sir James Frazer. James Frazer. So he started his anthropological journey with classical evolution. But he has ended up with functionalism. How? See, during First World War, he had been suffering from TB, tuberculosis. So on doctor's advice, he went to Australia to recuperate from the disease, because by that time there was no effective drugs against tuberculosis. So if you are having good food, balanced diet, then pleasant environment, you can recover from the disease. So he went to Australia and he conducted some field works among Australian Aborigines, because he was influenced by the work of James Frazer, in which he explained evolution of science and totemism. So he observed that being savage, Australian Aborigines were practicing nuclear family and monogamy. Whereas according to classical evolutionism, these savage and barbaric people should practice either promiscuity or group marriage. So he was quite shocked that there must be something grave mistakes on the part of classical evolutionists. And for sometimes he also became diffusionist. He observed that even in diffusionism, diffusionists are forced to conjecture, because they also do not have historical facts. In the meantime, he was arrested by the Australian authorities. He was coming from a country which was warring against Australian Britain. During First World War, Poland was fighting against Britain and Australia. Okay. So on the charge of espionage, because he is from an enemy country, he was arrested and he was sent in exile to Trobriand Islands. So Trobriand Islands like Kalapani in India, Andaman and Nicobar Island. तो उसको एग्जाइल में भेजा गया, एग्जाइल में. एंड ड्यूरिंग हिज स्टे इन Trobriand Islands, he was conducting field work and became a functionalist. During his entire stay in Trobriand Island, he had never used translators. He learned their language and he stayed there for 3 years at a stretch. In 1920s, he was set free from the exile, published some works on functionalism, came back to Britain and joined Cambridge University as a functionalist. Sometimes questions are asked like, mention the name of 2 British functionalists. So one is Brown. Undoubtedly, he is a British functionalist. He was born in Britain. He was working in Britain as an anthropologist. But Malinowski was a Polish by birth, but he joined as a functionalist in Cambridge University. That's why he is considered as British functionalist. तो क्वेश्चन आया है ऐसे, मेंशन द नेम ऑफ 2 ब्रिटिश फंक्शनलिस्ट. तो एक ब्राउन है, दूसरा मेलिनोव्स्की है. You know, when he was teaching in Cambridge University, D.N. Majumdar was doing research there. D.N. Majumdar इंडियन एंथ्रोपोलॉजिस्ट है, वहाँ पे रिसर्च करते थे. तो he is a, you can say, student of Malinowski. ठीक है, यह है उनकी जर्नी ऑफ anthropology and how he became functionalist. So he started his career from psychology and shifted to anthropology. And he is one of the popular anthropologists, especially functionalists across the world. ठीक है. He ruled out at the very outset that societies have needs, as suggested by Durkheim and Brown. He said society is abstract. It doesn't exist in reality. It is a mental construct. So then, how societies do have needs? Whereas he believed that individuals are reality, they together make a society. So therefore, needs are not social in nature, needs are individual in nature. So he said that societies do not have needs, it is individuals whom do have needs. And that's why his theory is known as psychological functionalism, since his focus was on individual needs. And these individual needs are biological in nature. जैसे कि individuals have needs like food, comfort, फिर reproduction. ये क्या है? Biological in nature. So individuals have needs and these are biological in nature. And these needs are fulfilled by cultural mechanism. जैसे कि how food is, the need of food is fulfilled for human beings. See, they hunt and gather, then they get their food. For reproduction, people are marrying. So individuals have needs, these are biological in nature, which are fulfilled by cultural mechanism. And thus society is continuing. Since individuals together make a society. तो ऐसे है. Needs are biological in nature, fulfilled by cultural mechanism. That's why his theory is called biocultural functionalism. Biocultural functionalism. In his theory, he put too much emphasis on needs. That is why his theory is also known as the need theory. Started his discussion with vital mechanism, vital sequence of life. Vital sequence of life. From the vital sequence of life, he came out with 7 individual needs or biological needs and 7 cultural mechanisms to fulfill these biological needs. So these are 7 biological individual needs and these are 7 cultural mechanisms. तो फूड कैसे मिलता है? हंटिंग एंड गैदरिंग से फूड आती है, रिप्रोडक्शन से किनशिप, द मैरिज से रिप्रोडक्शन हो जाती है, बॉडीली कंफर्ट शेल्टर, घर बनाना पड़ता, सेफ्टी के लिए प्रोटेक्शन, मूवमेंट के लिए एक्टिविटीज करना जरूरी है, ग्रोथ के लिए ट्रेनिंग, हेल्थ के लिए हाइजीन. ठीक है. He started his discussion with vital sequence of life. He says that when one need is fulfilled, other needs arise. And these cultural mechanisms themselves cannot fulfill individual or biological needs. They should be arranged by a second category of needs. And that's why there are 4 types of socio-cultural needs or instrumental needs. They arrange cultural mechanism which in turn ensure fulfillment of individual needs. So what are these? So this is primary भी बोल सकता हूँ, primary need, socio-cultural needs. ठीक है. So there are 4 secondary needs or instrumental needs or socio-cultural needs which arrange cultural mechanism. What are these? So these needs arrange cultural mechanism or they are instrumental to arrange cultural mechanism which ensure fulfillment of individual needs or biological needs. जैसे कि देखो, hunting and gathering. Alone hunting and gathering ensure fulfillment of needs for food for everyone. First, hunting party should be organized. They must have some tools and technologies. With these tools and technologies, they go for hunting. They go for gathering. Then they hunt games, they collect food materials from forest, which come under economic need. See, food should be distributed. Should it be distributed equally or unequally? Hunting party should be led by someone. While food is distributed, society should maintain law and order. Society should be under control. Hunting party should be under control. So therefore you can see economic need, political need and need of social control. ऐसा है, if there is no order in the group, there is might is right, will everyone get access to food? Those are powerful, those are mightier, they will have access to food. Those are weaker, they will not have. है ना? तो सोशल कंट्रोल होना चाहिए. That come under need of social control. तो हंटिंग पार्टी को लीड करनी चाहिए. Decisions should be taken about the distribution of food. How to distribute? तो डिसीजन कौन लेगा? कोई लीडर लेगा. एंड दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ political need. The technologies which you are using, that should be upgraded from time to time. That should be shared among the groups. That should be passed on to next generation. With the passage of time, there should be improvise of materials, tools and technology. This come under educative needs. It also ensure disciplines within the group. है ना? So when all these needs are working, cultural mechanism then only can be arranged to fulfill individual needs. The cultural mechanism alone cannot fulfill individual needs. They should be arranged by socio-cultural needs or instrumental needs, which are 4 in number. Yeah. He said, with every need, an institution is attached. तो इसके साथ क्या है? इकोनॉमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन अटैच्ड है. पॉलिटिकल नीड के साथ पॉलिटिकल इंस्टीट्यूशन अटैच्ड है. इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ सोशल कंट्रोल. एक्चुअली नीड कुछ नहीं कर सकता, इंस्टीट्यूशन करता है. तो देयरफॉर विथ एवरी नीड वन इंस्टीट्यूशन इज एसोसिएटेड. फॉर इकोनॉमिक नीड देयर इज एन इकोनॉमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन. पॉलिटिकल नीड के लिए पॉलिटिकल इंस्टीट्यूशन. नीड ऑफ सोशल कंट्रोल के लिए इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ सोशल कंट्रोल. एजुकेटिव नीड के लिए एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन. एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन का काम क्या है? It develops tools, technologies. They are innovated. They are upgraded from time to time. Then it also gives training to the members as how to use these tools. तो ऐसा तो नहीं है टूल्स अपने आप बन जाते. हमारे समाज में भी जो टूल्स टेक्नोलॉजीज है, दीज आर डेवलप्ड बाय व्हाट? एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस होता है. जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंस्टीट्यूशन है वहीं पे डेवलप होता है, वहीं पे आइडियाज आता है. ट्रेनिंग भी वही लोग देता है, वही लोग टाइम टू टाइम इनोवेट करते हैं. हाँ, ट्राइबल्स डू नॉट हैव दिस इंस्टीट्यूशंस ऑफ एक्सेलेंस, दे हैव देयर ओन इंस्टीट्यूशन इन देयर कैपेसिटी. ठीक है. नाउ दिस इंस्टीट्यूशंस कैन वर्क एंड दे शुड वर्क ओनली एज ए सिस्टम. So as a system, they should be integrated. They should be interrelated. Then he said there is third category of needs which integrate this institution. Unless and until these institutions are integrated, interrelated, interconnected, they cannot act as a system, because he also believed in the same premises that society is a system. As a system, it must have parts. These are the parts. So these institutions should be integrated. For that, he has talked about third category of needs, which integrate this institution. That's why they are called integrative needs. And integrative needs include values, belief pattern, standard, norms, which are symbolic in nature. Values are symbols on their own. That's why integrative needs also known as symbolic needs. Tertiary needs. और तो क्या है? So these institutions must be integrated. For that, there is another category of need. Integrative needs or symbolic need or tertiary needs. Arranging cultural mechanism, which in turn fulfilling individual needs. Thus, society is surviving and continuing. डायग्राम में ना इंटीग्रेटिव नीड्स इसके अंदर भी लिख सकते हैं, क्योंकि उसमें अगर इंटीग्रेटिव नीड डालोगे देन ओनली इट बिकम्स क्लियर पिक्चर. दे कैन इंटीग्रेट ऑल दिस इंस्टीट्यूट्स. So in his theory, he gave a hierarchy of need. At the base, there is individual or biological need. Above it, sociocultural needs, then integrative needs. He considered individual needs or biological needs as the basic needs, which is the starting point. Because of individual needs, there are sociocultural needs. Because of sociocultural needs, there are integrative needs. So, it doesn't mean that he reduced all needs to biological needs. ऐसा नहीं. जो it is highly emphasized in his scheme, but it doesn't mean that he reduced entire need theory to biological need. But definitely he has put more emphasis on individual needs because it is the beginning point. If individual needs would not have been there, then there could not be sociocultural needs. That's why this is the basic needs. So he has described society as a system in a very scientific manner. And the systematic study he has introduced to anthropology, which has been appreciated by intellectuals of other disciplines. That's why he is said to be father of systematic study. The बेहतरीन तरीके से सिस्टम को उन्होंने एनालाइज किया था. एक डिसिप्लिन ही है सिस्टमेटिक स्टडी, सिस्टमेटिक साइंस. Apart, in spite of this, he has been criticized. तो इनके थ्योरी में इमेजिनेशन था नहीं, क्योंकि दे डिड नॉट रिक्वायर हिस्टोरिकल डेटा. फिर दिस थ्योरीज आर वेरी रेलिवेंट फॉर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पर्पस. ठीक है. एंड दिस थ्योरी टॉक्स अबाउट हाउ सोसाइटी फंक्शंस. येट दे हैव बीन क्रिटिसाइज्ड. मेलिनोस्की और ब्राउन का सेम पॉइंट ऑफ क्रिटिसिज्म. ये समझ में आया ना? There are mainly 4 points of criticism common to both Brown and Malinowski. They talked about social continuity, and they are mainly concerned with social continuity, but society changes as well. See, look at the Indian society. It has been continuing, yet there are changes in the society. नहीं होता है क्या? सोसाइटी तो कंटिन्यू हो रहा है, चेंजेस भी तो हो रहा है ना. So they talked about only continuity. They did not talk about social change. And you can say they are obsessed with social continuity. And it was mainly their theories were based on tribal societies. Tribal societies are slowly changing. They change so slowly which cannot be noticed. That's why their theories were mainly focusing on social continuity. When these theories were applied to explain social continuity in the modern societies or complex societies, their theories were exposed. क्यों? क्योंकि modern societies are very fast to change. And these fast changes in modern societies mainly attributed to presence of social conflicts which are large in nature. देखो modern society जो है they are full of conflict because it has a large number. There is social inequality resulting in social stratification. And wherever there is inequality, there will be conflict. and conflict is an agent of change. जब भी सोसाइटीज में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है, सोसाइटी changes. How? See, at least two parties are involved in any conflict. See, within the same group, having same opinion, same agenda, same objective, why there will be conflict? At least two parties, two groups are involved. When conflicts are sorted out, one group prevails over another group, resulting in change. जैसे कि there was a Maoist movement in Nepal. Maoist and monarch were involved in the conflict. When movement was sorted out, means conflicts were sorted out, Maoist prevailed over monarch. What were the changes? Monarch was abolished. It has been a republican democracy. Then monarch has lost their almost all the privileges. Changes हुआ ना. So whenever social conflict is resolved, it necessarily brings about changes in the society. And they could not visualize the role of conflict in social change because their theories are based on tribal society. And I have explained many times that tribal societies lack conflict. There is absence of factors responsible for conflict. They have small bickering. So tribal societies do not change because of conflict. And changes also take place very slowly. That's why they could not visualize the role of conflict in social change. Even sometimes, social conflicts were treated by functionalists as an agent of social continuity. See, instead of looking at social conflict as an agent of change, they considered conflict as an agent of continuity. It ensures social continuity rather to social change, जो completely unscientific है. That's why they have been teleological. For them, anything which is existing in a society, they all are contributing to social continuity, including conflict. Durkheim has considered conflict as a social sickness which ensures social continuity. So that's why they were teleological. जो भी हो रहा है, जो भी होता है, किसी एक पर्टिकुलर पर्पस के लिए होती है. So if you make it contextual, whatever exists in society, all are for social continuity, including social conflict. कभी कभी बोलता है जो भी बातों में जो भी होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. मुझे समझ में नहीं, किसी का हाथ पैर टूट जाता है, कौन सा अच्छे के लिए हुआ? तो ऐसा है. So whatever existing in a society, they all are contributing to social continuity. And they could not develop a theory. Fourth point of criticism. For Brown, this is not a theory, it is a method to study social functioning. Brown himself accepted his work not as a theory. वो खुद ही बोलता था, it's a strategy, it's a method to study social functioning. But Malinowski has claimed of his theory as a theory. But when this theory was applied to explain social continuity in modern society, it has failed. Because modern societies are full of conflict and changing very fast. So this theory is not applicable to modern society. And theory must have a universal application. So what are the points of criticism? First point जो है, they talked about social continuity. They did not and could not talk about social change. They considered social conflict as an agent of social continuity instead of an agent for social change. They became teleological. जो भी समाज में होता है और रहता है, all are for social continuity. लास्ट जो है, दे डिडंट डेवलप ए थ्योरी, क्योंकि ब्राउन खुद ही नहीं मानता था, ये मानता था, लेकिन इट हैज नो यूनिवर्सल एप्लीकेशन. As a response to this theory, neo-evolutionism came into existence. समझे?